Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. Welcome to the Survivor Fans Podcast. I'm Joanne.
And I'm Stacy.
And this is our recap of Survivor 50, Week 4.
This episode's titled Knife to the Heart. It's spoken by Christian. He said that multiple times, didn't he?
I only heard the once.
Or was it just the once? Okay. Previously on Survivor, drop your buffs. It's time to swap tribes. Rizo quickly alienates Charlie. Tiff rats out Genevieve. Flippin' Emily is doing her flippin' thing. Q gets targeted. Q's out.
Okay, we start with night 8 as Vatu comes back from tribal. And Stephenie is thanking everyone for keeping her.
Hugs from Angelina.
Yeah, right. And she apologizes to Angelina for voting for her.
Good damage control. Stephenie basically tells us she got the rug pulled out from under her. She was not expecting Q to go, and now she's wondering what the heck is next.
But now Ozzy's this was just a great opportunity for us to get out one of the strongest players.
Biggest threat.
Now, at that point in time, we'll see how he reacts later on.
Yeah.
Okay, Ozzy and Emily want Angelina out. I thought, oh, shoot, it's going to be Mike. They said it right at the beginning of the episode. I debated and went back and forth.
Who did you have going?
I had Angelina going because that's what I wanted.
Here it
Even though I
comes.
said Mike was going. I said it Saturday. I said it to you this morning.
Cannot trust her gut. Fatal flaw.
I know it. Why is that?
Ozzy is eager to peel Angelina off of Mike. Needs to be Mike's number one.
Well, definitely they do need to, that needed to be broken up.
Cut to Angelina. She said, I thought I was going, but it all worked out. I just need to play it cool, and then we can blindside Steph.
And Ozzy says you got to be quick and a step ahead of everyone else.
When he's talking to Stephenie. Yeah.
Honey.
So he's making plans with Stephenie.
That doesn't bode well.
Take out Angelina, just like Joanne picked.
No, Joanne wanted
Ozzy
it that
can
way.
be Mike's number one.
Mike was more entertaining, but I agree he's the bigger threat. And I really did think that could very well happen. And I considered going back later today once I made that choice, but then I didn't have time.
This has been nonstop since the episode aired.
Nonstop. It's true. It's like,
Oh, Ozzy.
I'm just mad at myself.
Ozzy wants to be quick and a step ahead. And what the editors are showing us, now they chose to leave that part in there. They didn't have to have that little blurb of him saying it, but they wanted that there because they're building a case.
Well, that's how I knew. I was like, oh no.
The more you plan to change, the more you become your old self
And
again.
that's why
I think that's a lesson.
My heart sunk too when they were saying Angelina. It's gonna be Angelina.
Angelina, you got it locked, baby.
If
You're
they
good to go.
do that at the beginning of the episode, that is not the person.
See
that
how
goes.
she circles it? Okay,
I'm done. I can forgive myself.
Over to Cila on day 9. This is a 1-day cycle. It all goes down on day 9. It's time for the season 50 talent show at Cila Beach.
What was that pitiful display of juggling?
What are you going to do when you get put on the spot to do something all of a sudden to entertain Dee, Cirie, and Kamilla? Devin's attempts to juggle.
Sing, dance.
Rizo, what did you think of
Yoga?
Rizzo's Mickey Mouse impression?
Oh, that actually was quite good.
Yeah, it's not that far from his normal voice.
Well.
So
Okay.
I liked the stunt fight that Charlie and Jonathan did. I really thought that was most impressive and was going to win, but the 3 judges had a different idea. Rizo won, and that ends up triggering Charlie. What'd you make of that?
Charlie should, I think, have gotten some I mean, they have counseling available.
Yeah, he absolutely took part of that.
Through the last 7 years, I think maybe he should have participated in some of that counseling.
It wasn't 7 years for him. You're confusing that with
Well,
someone
I thought he
else.
said 7 years.
Was it? I don't think.
I thought he said. Anyway, I could be wrong. I was busy being mad at me. So, already.
So he did a fake outburst for everyone, but it was not fake because it took him right back into it. And he tells us that Rizo was really bugging him.
Mortal enemy? I'm like, mortal enemy, Charlie?
No vote for the number one ally. You become Charlie's mortal enemy. And we even got a Liz Wilcock referenced with a I'm pissed flashback.
I know.
Way to go, Charlie. You had to bring that back.
Hissy fit. But yeah, I think there really is an issue there that he does need to address, but not necessarily. But, you know, if they got something that they've stuffed or held back, this is the place that's going to come up, typically. Regardless if it's around Survivor.
This kind of
or
stress.
anything in their life.
Yeah.
Anything that they're still, and obviously he's really holding on to that.
Yeah. We were talking during the commercials after that, and it just seems like such a bad idea on his part. Why? Because every time you invoke that, you're giving her that. Mm-hmm. So
yep, that's what
it's not well thought out for sure, but he's deep in his emotions at this point.
That's like what, you know, if she wanted a little revenge on you, she's getting
She's still there, turning that knife. Yeah.
Yeah, knowing that.
More than one knife in this episode.
I really got him.
Mm-hmm.
So
she got her revenge, and she keeps getting her revenge. Okay, let's bounce to Kalo on day 9. Genevieve is doing some braiding. She's braiding Coach's hair. And then they wonder, where's Aubry?
Well, Genevieve wonders. I don't think anybody else noticed, but she did. So she goes looking for her.
Aubry is, a flash to Aubry, she is searching for that idol. She wants to find her own BB.
I want to find.
And she tells us it's a chance to get away from the old people's home, which is her description for camp.
Huh. Okay.
Genevieve is not giving her a break, though. She shows up and checks on her. Are you okay? Are you okay? She's gaslighting her a little, huh?
Yeah, that would be really tough to take.
Well, and that causes Aubry to leave, and now Genevieve is searching, and lo and behold, the person who knows what one looks like has found one before, finds one again. BB2.
Aubry, you just led her right to the area. I thought
Aubry's fault?
I'm really
gotcha.
not sure I would do well in Survivor.
Oh, no, you would be
even if
awful.
I were physically able to do it, which I'm not.
Yeah.
But I thought, oh my goodness, the first time I went without sleep and was hungry and, you know, just everybody on my nerve. Mm-hmm. Oh, I am afraid of what I might actually say. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be pretty.
No, you'd get yourself voted out on purpose.
Yeah, I would be like, vote me out.
Genevieve works on a different level, though. She tells us this time she's going to keep this to herself. She's not going to let the rest of the tribe in on it. And she's going to let them keep searching and wasting their energy.
Yep, but she did have Aubry pegged, though. She knew exactly what she was doing out there.
I was anxious. I had Stephenie going, and I thought she is going to send that thing to Stephenie. Stephenie's going to save herself. She's going to be able to pick who she wants to go out.
I told you when you said that. I said, or Rizo.
And sure enough, she sends it to Rizo.
I know he was not happy about that. So you had a few choice words about that one.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not looking forward to having him be in the game a long time. So I was really hoping he'd go the way of Savannah quickly, and Charlie would get his revenge
for you again.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. The guy does it just about by talking. Community challenge time, that came really early. Right? It was about a quarter after.
We were like, what is really happening?
Yep.
You're like, there's an hour left.
Or will be, yeah. So big reaction when D sees that Q got voted out, and they learned that for this immunity challenge, they're going to have to leap in and swim. They're going to have to climb up on a deck. Everybody's got to get up on the deck.
That's the big thing, is everybody has to be there before you can get
And then you got to boost people up and retrieve 2 buckets. You're going to use the buckets to bail out a boat that's buried on the bottom of the ocean. So you got to empty the sandbags out of that boat so you can get it up and then bail it out and then get it on the beach. And then you're going to have to move that boat through an obstacle course and pick up some puzzle pieces along the way for an arch.
Muscle Man Jonathan just flipped that thing over.
And then you're going to have to solve the arch puzzle and build it. And so it has to stand long enough for the whole tribe to run back and get on the map.
Those are really difficult.
That was brutal.
It always seems so hard.
Yeah, you definitely were immediately thinking, oh, Vatu's going to really struggle with this. They do not. In classic Survivor sequence of events, the person they needed most is the one that they just voted off.
Yeah.
Because they needed brute physical strength. And we're going to talk about that as we go through this.
Yeah, and we had seen pictures, but, they're really not giving you much. They didn't even put out a release this week. It's like they always put out a release, and they didn't.
What did you think of the reward? Are you a big Zac Brown fan?
I like Zac Brown. I like some of his music or all of his music. I
did not know who he was. Yeah.
Had
to look him up.
Singing what? So I'll say, oh no.
All right, so he's gonna bring them some fish and some plantains and beans and rice and cook it up, and then he's gonna sing for them. Dee and Jonathan knew it was Zac Brown before Probst told them exactly who it was and had him come out.
Yep.
And we get the obligatory no way. Stephenie mugging for some camera time. She knows how that works.
Well, I was really, really, really cheering for Cila to win because I thought it would actually, the visit from him would mean more to them.
Yeah, because how moved Dee even talks about it. She gives a short tribute to Zac Brown and the importance of his music, getting her through bad times. And Hubicki wants to know, hey, is this Friday? Are we going to get cold beer too? I don't know if that was a song reference or if it was just a general country song reference, or not sure where exactly that was.
You're not getting anything, Christian, because your tribe's not going to win.
So only one tribe's going to win the reward. And Mike White gets a little miffed when Probst says that one tribe's going to lose and go to tribal council, and Probst happens to be looking right at them. Mike calls him out for it. So then Probst makes a deal of looking at all three tribes as he repeats it. Yeah. So for sit-outs, we got Cirie and Genevieve, and everybody seems to do pretty good swimming over when they jump in to get up on the platform. But then Vatu starts having a little bit of trouble. Cila and Kalo make short work of the buckets. Once they get everybody up there, they got a boost plan ready to go.
Well, this is where getting rid of Q really hurt them. Mm-hmm. And that's what Ozzy told them.
Yep.
That's what he was afraid of. But he went along, so he can't say much. But, it really puts all the really heavy lifting on him. And Mike's done pretty good. But I questioned Mike's stamina to hang in there for a long time. Mm-hmm. And, he would bounce back, but then it's like he would be down and like he was depressed and didn't want to be there. And then he would perk up. And so I wasn't sure he was going to be real long anyway. Okay, so they
boost them up, get the buckets, pull the sandbags out. Like you said, Jonathan flipped the boat by himself. Kalo and Cila are neck and neck through most of this. They just sort of keep trading off. And then they have to pull the boat up on the sand. It starts getting really hard. They get to one point, and then they've got to load the cubes for the arch puzzle in the boat and keep sliding the boat under a long net.
Mm-hmm. I kept saying, are they throwing it? Are they throwing it just to get rid of Angelina? Or,
no.
You know what? Because Ozzy really wasn't Ozzy in this challenge.
Yeah, there was a couple times where Angelina calls out 1, 2, 3, push, and the boat doesn't move. That's once they get up there, because by the time they get their boat up there, Cila and Kalo are already through.
Well, they're almost done with their puzzles. So, I can't blame them if they quit pushing, because it's like, there's no way we're going to get up there, get this, and beat anybody this far back, and it's just too much. So they were just gassed. And I looked at that. That's one reason I chose them, is I thought, well, Angelina's not strong at all. Neither is Emily, and Christian's not very strong. Mike's better than usual, but Ozzy and Stephenie can't do everything.
Yeah, not with that kind of weight. Ozzy has a history with those boats and knowing to flip them to help bail the water out and all that. I was thinking, well, maybe that'll be a factor, but they didn't have enough physical strength to finish the challenge.
Well, and remember, his back injury, he shouldn't be doing that.
Yep.
Either. But anyway, it just didn't look like Ozzy in a challenge. So that's why I questioned for a little bit there. Are they throwing this, or is he throwing it?
They didn't really have to throw it, given how quick Kalo and Cila were going through the challenge. Yeah. They both were building their arch and getting in place, and Joe even grabbed 2 pieces at once to help finish theirs off. He almost bungled it, but then he recovered, and Kalo wins the reward at the sanctuary.
You know who I feel bad for
Cila gets
most?
second. Who's that?
Stephenie.
Yeah? Why?
Just because, of when she ended up before on Palau being the only one left.
Mm-hmm.
And her tribe not winning challenges and continuing to go to tribal council. Yeah.
This is a different Stephenie out of all the people playing.
Yeah.
We haven't seen this one before. This is not I guess it is kind of like what you're saying. It is the Palau Stephenie, if it's anything. It's definitely not the Guatemala Stephenie or the heroes versus villains Stephenie.
Well, she gets out there and physically goes for it, but I don't know. I always think of Stephenie as take charge, and she's not even trying to take charge.
Mm-mm.
She's not in position to do that. So,
right.
I mean, she's playing it right. She's listening to everyone, and
some of it's just not up to her.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't attribute someone's position in the game to how they're doing. It's what other people have chosen to do with her.
Right.
Yeah. Or not. Okay, so Cila wins the second immunity. Vatu never made it out from under the net, pushing the boat.
They barely made it out after it was over.
We see Ozzy and Mike White and Christian Ubicki come crawling out all defeated and dejected. But Coach is there to revel in the win, talking about how this feels great. And Probst tells them that Zach has set up snacks for them and will be there shortly with the fish.
Well, I realized once Colby and some of the others were like, that was really hard,
When Jonathan was saying it too. That was rough. He said it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, well.
Christian gets the confessional headed out of the challenge, and he tells us that they were comically, tragically bad, and ends with a unenergetic yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah,
I like that for some reason. I don't know.
And Jeff tells the winning tribe, Zach's going to have some snacks ready for you. I thought, ooh, that would have got their juices flowing.
Okay, speaking of that, we bounce over to the sanctuary there on day 9. The Zach Brown band is playing on the boombox, and they go make a beeline to the beer and the wine.
Yep, make yourself at home.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be back with lunch.
So they make a big toast, cheers, and we get some confessional time with Joe. He's just ecstatic with all this. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Cut to and I was wondering, what's going to fill the time? What's going on? There's so much time. Well, I got my answer in this next little segment, because we cut to the Zach Brown fishing montage. So he tells us how cool it is to be a part of
awesome.
This.
They don't provide the survivors with that kind of.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different spearfishing rig, isn't it?
That's like, well, I could get fish with that.
It looked like it might even aim for you.
Oh yeah.
But like, Zach tells us it's all about being able to adapt to conditions and protect your wind from the sharks, and he ends up getting 2 big old fish. Now, do you think that was shot in that interim while they were running the challenge, or did they maybe shoot that the day before?
I don't know about the day before, but you
just don't know how that's going to turn out.
Probably. we're not doing it right then.
Yeah.
And, but he did do it regardless.
Genevieve tells us she is a big fan of his music when he arrives there with the fish, and Coach runs down to help him carry the fish up.
Not just fish, but ahi tuna and big ones.
Yeah. Chrissy's having a good time. She invites him back to their camp for the full Survivor experience, which I don't know if there was double entendre in that or what. Or
Colby's like, he's not coming back to camp.
Yeah. Aubry's lamenting that one tribe's headed to tribal council and the other just missed out on all this greatness. And Coach tells us that he has traveled the world and eaten fish everywhere, but this is the best ahi tuna in his life. It may have had something to do with not having food for 9 days, Coach, but that does make things taste better.
And when does Coach get to talk while he's singing? Okay.
Chrissy tells us food is nourishment, but music is nourishment for the soul. Cue some song time. So he played Colder Weather was the first song, and that made Coach tear up.
And then I ain't worried about it.
Tells us he's gonna just be in the moment, and how this experience, he's doing his narrator part. He knows his role. He does a great job. This will be etched in our minds.
I loved the hammock and the hanging chair and the bean bags and all of that. The whole setting.
Oh, when they were gathered
really
around
awesome.
Listening to him play and sing.
Yeah. That was
so you were saying the title of the second song. I ain't worried about it.
Yep.
And so Zach Brown's even got a little call and response for them to do. That was very smart.
That was cool.
Good job. And we get Coach and Colby talking about how much they're celebrating Zach Brown there, and it has inspired Colby at this point. He's not going to worry about his game. He's just going to go all in, give it everything he's got.
I like that they all wanted to really, they seem to really want to be there in that moment and just soak it in. I think because they've
it's a huge
played
advantage.
Before.
Yeah.
The food is great and all of that, but I do think they're there for the experience as well. What they can... Yeah,
you kind of can't not be. It's hard to ignore it. But, yeah, that was pretty cool. Check out of the game, I guess. I don't know. How did that affect your perception of this episode? That make it, over the top great?
It wouldn't be something I would necessarily want them to do all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's okay for this special season. It's
that's a good way to frame it, I think. Yeah.
And for these people who have been chosen especially for this season, and Survivor celebrating their 50th season, all of that. So I'm really just willing to go with the flow. But would I want it for every Survivor? No.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't, even though I enjoyed it. But no, I wouldn't want that. That's not what I watch Survivor for. But I think it's appropriate and it's okay for this season.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of thing that if it helps pull these big numbers, how big the numbers were for the premiere, back up into the 9 million kind of range.
They can do it again on season 75 or 100.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I think it's probably good to bring the eyes on for that. So that's what this was mainly about. I guess that's what all the celebrity reference kind of things are for.
Yes, and I think they are cultivating. They're always
a broader audience.
Yes.
Yeah, new audience too.
The newer people just being exposed and coming in. It happens all the time. It's even happened so many times with our podcast where people, and I just got into. It's like, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's certainly a good thing from that perspective.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach Brown. Okay.
And then they're done with that and on over to Cila.
Yeah. And Cirie's saying, well, we did good. We did our best.
No, she said, we didn't get the reward, but y'all did everything you could.
Yeah, she's trying to pump him up a little bit.
Yeah,
but Jonathan and Dee are not having it. Jonathan says, we didn't get a handshake out of that.
Well,
no second place rewards. All that effort for nothing.
I think they should have gone over and say, I'm a huge fan. Could I at least please shake your hand before you go?
And maybe they did get to, and they didn't show that.
Well, he said they did. But
yeah.
But as Jeff always says, do it. if you ask, I might say no. But if you don't ask.
Yep, Dee's pretty bummed. She said it was a once-in-a-lifetime memory, and we missed out. Second place is not a win. Yeah, it's true. A lot of times it is, but not this time. And time for Rizo to discover his idol. He says he was on his way to make a wardrobe change, and turns out something's in his pack, and it's the Billie Eilish Boomerang idol.
What I really did eye roll for was him saying, well, I don't know how I pulled this off every game.
I'm amazing.
I did.
How do I pull this off every game?
You didn't do anything but discover.
That's classic. Yes. That's perfect. Perfect for him.
Maybe, how do I luck out like this? But
no. It's somehow all his doing. He pulled that. Yes. And he tells us he's ready to make noise with it at Tribal Council just like he did in 49.
Oh, good, because that could hurt him.
Yeah, I think it's a different group of players here, different caliber of players. So,
I guess right ahead and pull that, honey.
Time will tell. Yeah.
So I'd like to see how this group will react differently. You are not playing with beginners.
Cut back over to Vatu, and sharks are feeding in the water. And Mike's talking about how burned out he was after they got that boat up on the beach from the challenge. This is just like immediately post-challenge.
Yeah.
And we see Stephenie and Emily talking down on the beach and talking about how they're going to have to go after Angelina.
Yeah, because Emily knows, and she told Ozzy she'd vote for Angelina.
And then we see Christian and Ozzy and Mike talking, and Ozzy's talking about going after Angelina tonight. But Mike counters with, hey, she's a number.
She can't win.
Yeah, no threat to win. She's just a number. And Ozzy tells us, well, he just really wants to peel Angelina away. Right.
I thought loyal to you, maybe, but well, the bottom line is she's not a threat to him, and he wants to keep her.
Mm-hmm. So Ozzy's convinced the plan is to peel Angelina away, and he's going to go spearfish.
Okay.
Same old Ozzy.
I was like, Ozzy, don't leave camp when you're just before you're going to tribal camp. So
right.
I'm like, yes, that's nice. And his ego is involved. Mm-hmm. So I understand it because he's not the only one that can fish. I can fish too.
Right.
It's like, I know, and we all know that you can, but
Mike tells us it is better for his game for Angelina to stay. So we see him talking to Stephenie.
Which is good. Stephenie stayed open to everyone who spoke with her.
Good for her. Smart
Perfect,
play.
Stephenie.
Yep. Emily is the real threat, Mike tells Stephenie.
Yeah, she's very smart and
She's
strategic.
A beast. She is a cougar in the shape of a Ren Fair girl. Now, what I want to know is, did he do that top of head, or is that something he worked on? Some descriptions like that for everyone that he could use before the season started.
I'd say he cracks himself up a lot with the things that go through his mind because he is a very creative and talented person.
So Stephenie, like you said,
funny.
Yeah, like Stephenie, like you said, is all in. She is good. As long as it's not me, she's good to go with that vote.
Yep.
Get rid of Emily.
Tell them all. Yep. Okay.
And we see
whatever.
Mike talking to Angelina and Christian, and he tells Angelina, hey, the plan's you. And Angelina tells us she is not worried because she's got the DVG firewall. The David versus Goliath firewall is in place. She is protected.
Well, he shut her down real quick, though. Don't react. Don't react. So she just paused.
And then Mike tells him Emily is the target. And this throws Christian into a loop. He doesn't quite know how he's going to deal with this. First, he was thinking, well, how are we going to manage Ozzy? Mike said, well, don't even talk to Ozzy. We'll apologize to him later.
Yeah.
And now Christian's thinking, what am I supposed to do here? I'm stuck in the middle. I don't want to get rid of Emily. He doesn't want to get rid of Angelina. I'm going to lose the David versus Goliath 3 if we...
Mike straight up tells him, you have to choose. You have to decide. You have to choose. And he tells us, I can manipulate him to get my way. And he's right. He did manipulate him. And Christian really went right back to his sore spot, obviously, to Gabby. And so they showed us a clip of that.
An interesting exchange, wasn't it? Although I don't think we saw the next time on Survivor.
It was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I got the 7 years from.
Yeah.
And he cried about it. And what was he going to do? But then Christian turned it around and went, look, the person that's the most terrifying and dangerous is Mike.
The self-proclaimed Machiavellian
Yep.
puppet master. Yes.
And he's smart enough to know Mike and Ozzy have a thing. Ozzy's not going to vote for him. So
This part's where we got the title, too, where Christian said that. The Gabby reference was a knife to the heart.
The main thing that I loved. Christian dealt with his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He centered himself and went right back to, okay, how do I tweak these numbers?
Yeah.
How do I get the result I want?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, okay, this one's going to vote here, this one's going to vote here. Now, all I need is Stephenie and Emily and I, and we control the vote.
Mm-hmm.
3 votes, and these 2 are going to vote for Emily, and Ozzy's going to vote for Angelina, and great.
We'll get a 3-2-1
That's
split.
how
We'll get
that's
the
all we
outcome.
need is us 3.
Yep. And so he tells that to Stephenie, gets her on board.
I think I would have jumped on that board too if I'd been Stephenie.
Well, it's a lot happening.
was the good one, too.
They do much better at showing these parts. They do heavily manipulate the edit so they can leave the storyline open so it's not overly obvious. But seeing like how Stephenie's obviously seesawing on this,
Okay.
how's she going to vote? How's she going to figure out which way to go?
Well, at one
they do a
point-
good job of that.
Christian, Ozzy comes back. What does Emily do? Right in front of Stephenie and Christian. Mm-hmm. Even though she knows they don't want her to tell, she's like, Ozzy, just
Poor impulse control, no filter.
no impulse.
She's
control.
right back
None.
to her previous season and how she played, just like she was last time.
And Christian was very frustrated again. I think he is going to have to dump her at some point. If it were me, I think I would. If I were Christian, I would get rid of Emily because she's going to end up being a liability at some point.
Yeah, you definitely
And
can't
try
count
to
on
pull Ozzy or even Stephenie. What do you got to lose? But Cirie and probably even Devon's would be great with Ozzy coming in if Emily wasn't there and that wasn't working. Fine, Ozzy and Christian, they still have a 4.
Yeah, the big question's going to be, is Christian going to be able to manage Ozzy, because he knows he's got to leave Ozzy out of this just the way Mike was going to leave Ozzy out of his plan.
Yeah, maybe not, but what choice is Ozzy going to have?
I sympathized with there's 2 things that Christian said that I enjoyed in this segment. One was that we got to leave Ozzy out because he wants a White Lotus cameo. He called him on it.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about Emily, and he said, it may be better to let her go. So
True. That's what I was getting
He was
to.
spinning. Yeah.
Is that, okay, he's already considered it.
Yeah.
He might not be ready right now, but then
about
once
the timing.
she did that, again, it's like, okay,
She did on day 8. She did it again on day 9.
one at a time.
Christian tells us he's never been more conflicted on a vote than right now. I believed him.
Yeah,
Yep. I don't
'cause-
think that was just for the camera. I think that was the real deal.
I still thought that he would think Mike's the bigger threat because he is. Though, like I said, Emily could be the bigger liability.
Okay, let's
Now.
head to Tribal Council on night 9. Probst notices that Mike White is dragging. He asks him, "How are you doing,
And he's all down again.
Mike?"
Mike sounded down to me.
But he always looks down. He's got
yeah,
those
but just the
droopy
things he was saying. And,
eyelids.
and
The
this
weak
and
get
this
weaker.
and blah, blah, blah,
It's all
blah,
about getting
blah,
punished. Yes.
And I'm hungry.
Lots of humble pie out here.
So he gives me that impression at Tribal Council. I don't know if he's doing that for the cameras, for Jeff, or what, but that's how it came across to me, that he was feeling down.
Yeah. Christian gets his turn, gets to talk about how much they need the team, and he segues that into, and Ozzy has provided 7 fish, and then Ozzy corrects him 8.
I got 8.
Yeah.
And that he did it after that challenge, and he went fishing for us. So at least they got to eat.
Was Emily trying to soften the blow by giving Ozzy this compliment? Like in real life, he's really humble, and I didn't expect that. And
I think
these new relationships are powerful out here. I think she was trying to.
I think she knows
soften it.
he's going to be upset.
Yeah.
But she don't want him to be bad with her. Mm-hmm. But she told Ozzy she would vote for Angelina, and she did not. So, but again, where's Ozzy got to go?
Well, he's all
To
about
Angelina
building
against
trust.
The other three?
He's only thinking about building trust here in tribal council and doing his best.
It's time for a swap. Maybe send you back to Cirie.
Yep, Christian says, yep, it definitely takes trust.
But I felt like Ozzy felt like he had some control and he was in power, and they were
Sure,
gonna
he
do
was
what
confident
he
just to
wanted
bail. Yeah,
this
and go
week.
spearfish.
So, okay,
This
it's all
day.
settled, and off I go to go have some fun fishing and provide.
And I gotta
which
eat
he said he
fish.
wasn't going to do.
Yeah.
Provide for my tribe.
Yes.
Provide. Anyway, I'm like,
Stephenie chimes in and says she is having a hard time trying to figure out to trust her gut or the group gut. I don't think I've heard of the group gut. That was good.
the group gut's all over the place.
Yeah, with this flood of information coming in, there's no 100% right choice to make, she tells us.
Well, you know what? I had said she's going to pick who she thinks is in the majority, because as long as it ain't me. That's the game she has to play right now, as long as it ain't me.
Angelina's got an answer for her. She says it's about instincts. That's what gives you the last word, which is really just another word for your gut. Instincts. Okay. And Mike gets to talk about the challenge of managing pre-existing relationships with the bonding that's going on within the current game. And
well, you know, they left that in there, Ozzy saying, this is our opportunity to gain trust. And I'm sure they all cringed because they knew he wasn't going to trust them after
Mike
the
works
vote.
around to talking about how part of this is like his real life, where he's a con man selling people on a pitch until he can actually deliver results.
And Mike tells us, well, you know, with some people, it's who you'd rather lose with than play with.
And Christian picks right up on the whole con man reference and said, yeah, conning is a skill in this game for sure. New description, he says, but he can see it. And Probst tries to hit him with the, hey, this is different from your world. And, you know, Christian's in the academic world. There's all kinds of con man pitches that goes on in academia as they struggle with each other to get funding for their research and things like that.
Well, Christian, I think, was also actually, you know, becoming more aware of Mike's con because, you know, him saying, now I can see it, but I've never seen him describe his job that way. You know, he kept it as the job, but I don't think he was just talking about the job. It's just, I know you're conning me.
Christian, yeah, made it.
Or trying to.
There's multiple levels of a dance that goes on between players at Tribal Council, and this was a great demonstration of all that in action.
The edit made it look like, because they focused on Mike and his eyes changed.
Cut to for reaction.
He didn't like it.
The trick is you never know when that actually happened, but
That's
it
why I
works
said
for the edit.
The edit.
Yeah.
Because I know how it works.
All of a sudden, Emily is in crisis. She knows she has to be open, but she says she's having a sinking feeling.
She's have to go into conversations open and listen, but she's having a bad vibe.
Yeah, the vibes are off.
Is it me?
Angelina asks her, what are you feeling? Because Angelina thinks she's going, so she's just toying with her.
Yeah, well, the joke was on you, Angelina.
Emily says, well, I'm wondering if I considered thinking about it that way. Did I think about my torch being snuffed?
Okay, and Jeff says
Time to vote.
it is time to vote.
Yeah. We see Mike voting for, he tells us and shows us he's voting for Emily. Emily shows us she is indeed voting for Mike.
You're a wolf in sheep's clothing, but I like you.
That's what Mike says about Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christian's just somber this time. No advantages or idols are played. The votes come in. One for Angelina, one for Emily, one for Mike. Raise of the eyelids. One for Mike. Didn't see that coming. Two for Emily, two for Mike. How's this going to go? Hey, Mike White got his butt voted out of there. You skunks. That's what he says. Good job.
You skunks. Amazing.
Ozzy said, I'm blindsided.
Yeah, he was blindsided for sure.
Yeah. And Mike on his way out says, this is a great party. Sorry, I got to leave so early. You know, Probst is too.
Christian said to Ozzy on the way out, I'll catch you up. And Ozzy's too late.
Mm-hmm. Not the way to play, Ozzy. You get all pouty and start holding grudges again. You got to do like Cirie was saying. You got to just pull that knife out.
Pull the knife out. And
figure out a way to make it to the next day.
How are we going to work together?
Yeah. Okay, what did you think about this episode overall?
I think it was colored by
your JSFL choices?
I won't bring that up again. But I do think it was colored a bit by that. But it was a good episode.
Yeah. I hope it has lots of viewership, and I hope we got some new fans as of tonight, some Zach Brown fans.
I thought it was awesome that he's been a fan from day one.
Yeah,
awesome.
That was cool.
And obviously, he didn't want to play the game because they probably would let him. But he got to be on Survivor anyway. He got to be out there.
They gave him a big portion of the segment, yeah.
Yeah. So, that was pretty cool. And he got to meet the people he's watched play. So
certainly they've tapped into another way to make that special. You can have the, what would you call it? There's like the lesser celebrity Survivor experience where, like with the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol, they come up with different ideas for an idol, send it to her, and she sends back, I like the boomerang one. And then they write up the note that they're going to give, and she goes, yeah, that sounds good.
Yep.
And that's the extent of her involvement.
She said, cool, do it.
Yeah, make it so. And then you got this kind of an interaction where they're there on the island during the season. Yeah. But
I thought it's pretty cool, that they can get so much out of it with just her name.
Oh, you're talking about the BB, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, and this
so
was
that's actually pretty
cool. It might be a way to bring new people in with something like this. And then we've got the next one coming with Beast Games. That reference is going to be similar.
Who better than these artists? So
yeah,
people love their music.
Oh, I'm so anxious for Charlie. I think things just got worse for Charlie.
I know. I'm concerned about him, not just in the game. I'm concerned that he's obviously got some baggage and it's eating at him.
Well,
and that's not helpful.
It is also Charlie. He's a really smart guy, so this could be something he's working for the camera too.
It could be, but I don't know.
Charlie knows how all this works. He's even co-hosted with Probst with On Fire, so.
True, but I still think it gets to him.
Well, he's put it out there, whether it's real or not, yes.
Yeah.
And now Rizzo's got some firepower. He's got an idol. Now, the temptation to hold it while he gets knocked out is certainly there, so I'm less hopeful that Rizzo's going to get knocked out before the merge now, though.
Yep. Though, Rizzo could very easily, do that whole thing. I'm going to play it. I'm not going to play it, blah, blah, blah. And then go home this time.
Wouldn't it be wild if Genevieve ended up with two idols?
I don't want Genevieve to.
Oh, no, you're not a Genevieve fan. Okay. That would be something.
She's okay, but she hasn't been someone that I was necessarily cheering for.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think about Vatu? Are they going to continue to destruct here?
That would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, it seems like that's just the way it's going to go, unless it's.
And they're so beaten down, and they don't have Flint still. It's been.
But Christian and Ozzy are there. Oh, they may not have the right glasses though.
Wasn't it? Whose glasses were they using?
Cirie said it was hers, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah. She's not.
But it was actually, I think, like two pair together. The way he was working it to get it to focus.
Maybe Christian's and hers together.
Yep. Okay. Next time on Survivor, Ozzy is not happy. He is angry, and he does not understand. So there's going to be.
He didn't understand the mic vote. What the heck were you doing?
Yeah, going to be some fallout to deal with for sure there. And we hear that the next episode is going to be a double.
Yep. I have sent the information to Steve so he can update the website. to.
So after the next one, we'll be down to swap again.
No, they'll be at 17. It's 19.
Oh, yeah, 19 now.
Right now, baby.
That's right. So they'll go down to 17. So maybe they'll wait again until week 7 to swap. I'm thinking we're going to get a swap at 16 again. They're going to need to do something for Vatu.
At 16?
Yeah. Maybe go to 2 of 8. That would be ideal.
I thought they was going to do. Let's see. What will. So it'll be 17.
Yep. They could always do one then and send someone off. Yeah. They've always got that option to send someone away.
Yeah.
To be safe.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do.
I think
they may have to if Vatu just keeps losing.
Right. Well, I guess the upside of that is that there'll be 2 voted out. One of them will be Vatu and one of them will be either Cila or Kalo. That's how you got to think about it. Okay, so we hear Prop say there's going to be tell them there's going to be a double elimination in the next immunity challenge. And Charlie is targeting Rizo. And Rizo appears to find out about it.
Before he gets me, I got to get him.
Yep, Operation Bad Blood is in progress, tell us.
Yep, that's pretty much all they
There's going to be a lot of action in the next one for sure.
Yeah.
This one was a kind of like a break, catch your breath, I guess. And then this next one's going to be intense. And they could even follow it with doubles, I guess. They could maybe...
Are you talking about challenges or what? What are you...
Eliminations.
Well, okay.
Maybe Stephenie will get to repeat her Palau experience. They get decimated one after another.
No, I don't think they're going to let that happen.
Okay. How about a JSFL update?
All right. There are 4 people tied in first with 21 points. 5 people lost their USB. 62 people lost a safe point. And 35 people, congratulations, earned a vote-off point.
Nice.
Side challengers, Rebecca is now in first with 19 points. Stacy with 18. Anderson and Jeremiah with 17. Johnny with 16. Lisa Ray and Parker with 15. Justin with 14. And Drew with 12.
All right. We are chugging right along in JSFL. Congrats to the folks that got that vote out. We should have taken our own advice from Saturday. Both went different ways. Yep.
Oh, well.
Right tribe, wrong result. Good deal. Well, we would love for you to join us in the next listener feedback show. We've taken care of the broad strokes here in the recap show, and we're ready to turn it over to you. The voicemail line is 206-350-1547. Toll free 844-643-8737. You can record your own audio and send it to us, or you can write it up in an email and we'll read it in on your behalf. The email's joanneandstacyshow@gmail.com. Feedback's due noon Eastern time. We ask that you keep it in that 3-minute range. Looking forward to hearing what you thought about this episode. What do you think about how this all played out? Are you a big Zach Brown fan? Did this thrill you? You know anybody new watching the show because of that? That would be cool. Yep. How has your assessment of the castaways changed after this episode? Who's playing the best? Who is in jeopardy of being voted out next? Remember, there's going to be 2, so we'll work with Steve to get that set up in JSFL so you can make 2 vote out choices. You won't have to get it in the right order. Just pick the 2 that are voted out and find 4 you think will be safe in all of that carnage.
Yep. Well, that's the nice thing, though, is you only have to pick 4 safes.
Okay.
Still. Mm-hmm. Even though there'll be 2 vote-offs.
Yep.
Well, because you can only choose one person. Oh, we didn't address the fact that there's more people in here. Maybe.
What are you talking about? You need to be clear.
You can only choose any one person 6 times safe?
Right.
Does that work out even though there's more people?
Well, work out, not work out. You still got to manage it.
Is.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Them's the rules.
Okay.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
I was like, but there's more people.
I should have more safes.
I should.
Nope. Do a better job picking who you're going to have safe.
Oh. I was afraid.
Anything else?
I wanted to put Rizo safe and I wanted to put Chrissy
I had Rizo safe.
I know, but I couldn't do it because I thought, but if I'm wrong and they lose, I think he's going. I didn't know
So
Genevieve was
almost guaranteed somebody's going to go from Vatu. Who do you think's going to go from Kalo? Is it going to be Kalo or Cila?
Wow.
Depends on the challenge, of course.
Yeah. I
And
don't
what
know.
if it's a challenge that has a puzzle at the end and Christian crushes it and Vatu doesn't go? Whew.
Well, I would say, that depends. If Aubrey plays her idol, she's not going anywhere.
She was
Now-
tearing up when Zach Brown was talking about family and his kids, watching with his kids.
Yeah.
So it seemed like that the kid reference hit her really hard.
Well,
She
know
might
she's
want to
got
fold
to
and
be
duck
missing.
out of there. Because her,
Yeah, but they would probably
her
wouldn't
son's
let her
young.
go home. But
depends.
She could probably call,
Yeah.
maybe. But anyway, I don't know.
It's still an earlier exit because they don't send them on trips anymore. The people who are pre-merged do go home when the merge happens.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, in any case, we're looking forward to hearing your thoughts and your predictions. Which two tribes are we going to see at Tribal Council? And how's the season going for you? Looking forward to hearing from you. Have a good one.